Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Mount St. Mary College in the beautiful Hudson Valley region of New York State in Newburgh, New York. Hudson Valley Hammers soccer, and the Hammers this evening trying to get themselves a playoff spot. Hammers in blue with blue shorts and blue numbers going right to left on your screen, and the FA Euro New York Football Club in blue, dark blue with yellow numbers going from left to right on your screen for the Hammers this evening. It'll be Matt Wyant at midfield, Paul Mikaj, number 8 at midfield, Hugo Guerra, the forward, number 9, Eric Ramos, the defensive man, number 13. Nicholas Zalanka, number 17 at forward. Frankie Lukovic, number 19 at midfield. Jacob Schulman, number 45 at midfield. Jacob Owen, number 25 at defense. Sebastian Rojek, the defensive man, number 27. Samari Powder, the defensive man, number 29. And Ryan Wilson's your goalkeeper. And on behalf for FA Euro New York, their goalkeeper Ben Wolfinger. At defense, Shane Salmon, number 17. At defense, number 6, Federico Brusaka. Yuri Fedaj, number 7. At midfield, Ivan Topaskovich. Number 10 is a forward. Jason Ramirez, number 16 at forward. Dion Amataj, your leading goal scorer on the year. Number 19 is a forward. Joe Suchecki, number 18 at midfield. Vincenzo Balsamo is number 2. Joel Quist, number 52. And Thomas Suchecki, number 14. And Steve, take it away. It's all yours here at Mount St. Mary College.
Thank you, Ed. I appreciate it. So if we look at the tables, we have Hudson Valley Hammers starting this game in third place, which for their first season, we have to all agree is a pretty good start. Both teams have played 13. The Hammers come into tonight having won 8 of their games, including the last 4. They're on one heck of a streak. They've lost 4, tied 1, 25 points and a goal difference of plus 15, which was helped tremendously by their last game here against Morris Elite Soccer Club. An 8-0 win, quite a convincing game that. And ball comes over to Powder, but kicked out for a corner kick. Tonight's opposition, FA Euro New York, currently in 6th position. Again, also played 13. They've won 5 games this year so far, lost 5, tied 13, and they're on 18 points. A goal difference, far less impressive, -1. Their last game was a 6-1 loss versus Long Island Rough Riders. This is the first meeting of the teams this season, and we're going to be keeping an eye not only on tonight's game, but also, as was mentioned by Ed, there's another game that's going to impact the playoff positions. And the corner comes in. Hammers maintain possession just on the edge of the 18-yard box. And the ball's going to go out for another corner. So the Hammers make the playoffs in this first season in USL2 if they get a better result versus the game of Vermont Green FC. They're playing Western Mass Pioneers. That game kicked off at 6 o'clock. Just going into half-time, Vermont Green took a 1-0 lead. So certainly here at the Hammers Field, there's hope that Western Mass will come back into the game. But again, we still need to beat their result no matter what that is. So even if they tie, we need to win here.
This will be the third corner for the Hammers here in the early going. Jacob Schulman took it on the far side. On the near side, that's Guerra.
Jacob Owen there with a shot. Typical English defender shot that was. I've got to say, I give Jacob a hard time during the season, but he's a great player to watch. Very calm on the ball. And again, a real rock in the middle of the back there.
And the Hammers came out aggressive here in the opening couple of minutes, knowing they need to press on. The goal differential will probably not come into play for this playoff spot, so they're going to need some help from Western Mass.
Yeah, I think it's going to be all about results tonight. Speaking to the coaches coming into the season, if no one really expected there to be even a sniff of playoffs opportunities, so it's fantastic that the team have done this well.
Little better quality soccer from FA Euro New York than what the Hammers faced on Wednesday against Morris Football Club. The Hammers really took control of that match early on and never looked back.
It's interesting. Morris are bottom of the table, so one would expect them to win, not by that many. It's difficult though to read the paper results and try and calculate what an outcome's going to be. I've seen that go wrong more than right over the years.
And the funny thing is that game progressed on Wednesday. Obviously, the goal differential was still a big, huge advantage for Vermont, but when the Hammers put up that 8 spot, we were hoping that cut into that differential. The problem was Vermont won 8-0 in their match as well on the same evening.
What's the chances of that? We'll take this opportunity to mention our sponsors, including Yvonne Sis at yvonnesis.com. Yvonne Sis is a global leader and certified PEGA partner and the fastest growing next-gen advocate of digital transformation through low-code solutions. Again, find out more about InfoSys at yvonnesis.com, EVONSYS.com. Hammers getting the advantage here. Can they do anything with it? Shot on goal, but easily picked up by the goalkeeper.
Nice job that time by McCaj keeping it going after what would have been a foul call if not for the fact that they had the advantage.
Credit where credit's due. We give referees a hard time. That was the right call.
Nice move by Guerra there to get around the corner.
Ball comes over. No one to clean up on the other side, unfortunately. And FA Euro kick the ball out for a throw-in. That's Coach Eddie Evans' voice you can hear possibly in the background. Good to see him back on the sideline after a brief spout of COVID. And there's an opportunity here for Hammers. Ball comes over from Powder. Great defending there by number 7, Fedash.
Powder did a nice job finding Lukovic in the box there.
Yeah, he's a fascinating player to watch. I mean, he's been playing defence a lot this season and yet remains up there as we know with the top goal scorers. Playing a more midfield position today.
Player to watch for FA Euro this evening from a goal scoring standpoint. Haven't scored a lot of goals this year, but Dion Armitage, number 19, leads the team with 3 on the year. And Ivan Tupaskovic, number 10, has 2 on the year. They have a couple of other players with a goal apiece. That was Armitage there, turning the ball over to Powder.
It's interesting to watch Wine in the middle of the park. The academy team had a game just before this game this evening. Wine's younger brother playing in a very similar position, very similar style. The academy team losing the game to Cedar Stars 4-3. Tough loss that because...
Yeah, it was a late goal.
Yeah, very late goal. Hammers were chasing the game. Probably had the better of the game possession-wise, just weren't able to take advantage. And tough loss, but it's still very early for them. First season, lots to learn. Hopefully they can watch this evening's game and take away some pointers. Great ball there. That has to be a yellow card. Great ball there to Lukovic.
That's going to be against number 6, Federico Brusacca, for FA Euro New York with the yellow.
I think that's what they call a professional foul.
And I was going to say that's a good yellow, believe it or not, because he was off to the races.
If you're going to get one, make it worthwhile.
Yeah.
A little bit closer to the goal, the referee's got a different decision to make.
It's like an American football, holding the guy in the end zone when you know he's going to catch the touchdown.
I'm not familiar with that football. Is it another sport? The ball lofted in, but goes out for a goal kick to FA Euro New York.
It's been a really hot and humid day here in the Hudson Valley region of New York. A slight breeze has kind of tempered down that humidity a little bit here this evening as the sun begins to set.
So again, we're going to be keeping an eye on the score for the Vermont Green FC game. They've just kicked off the second half there. They are currently leading 1-0, not the result the Hammers want. And we're partly Western Mass fans this evening. Free kick called against the Hammers there. Interesting space, interesting part of the park. Taken quickly. Powder beaten. Cleared by the
Nice
Hammers.
job that time by Sebastian Rojek for the Hammers.
Hammers get the counter.
Lukovic fighting over there, but had to go off his chest out of bounds.
Yeah, great pressure. Also, I mention Media Solstice for your marketing, PR, and public relations, consulting, branding, website services. MediaSolstice.com, built on a foundation of honesty, creativity, and collaboration. Thank you again to Media Solstice for sponsoring the Hudson Valley Hammers. If you're interested in becoming a sponsor for next season, and we still hope this season isn't over yet, please contact us. You can find us on the web at hvhammers.com, and of course through all social media channels, Twitter at hvhammers, Instagram hvhammers, and of course facebook.com/hvhammers. Powder on the ball as we get into the 11th minute. Still Hudson Valley Hammers 0, FA Euro New York 0.
See what Powder does here on the far end.
Low ball into the 6-yard box, but cleared on the edge by New York.
Tried to find Zelanka, who had 2 goals on Wednesday evening for the Hammers.
Getting very calm there by Owen. Can Powder get there before the line? No, he can't. So again, I've been giving Jacob Owen a hard time all season, suggesting he's a Tottenham fan. I actually know he's a Liverpool fan, which is definitely entertaining me more than him. But to his credit, he hasn't given me a hard time about it. Wine first to the ball.
So far, the Hammers have had the better of that midfield play.
Sloppy ball there from Wine gives FA Euro the opportunity to counter. Got to be careful not to foul on the edge there. Wine makes up for his error. And Hammers play out from the back.
Did a nice job of chasing down Joel Quist, number 52 for FA Euro.
Schulman also with a sloppy ball. Thankful to Jacob Owen there, who cleans up back to Schulman. Plays it wide, all through Lukovic. Ball goes out for a corner kick. Take this opportunity to mention another one of our sponsors, the Anthony Family Foundation for Autism Support. Founded to support young adults in Orange and Sullivan counties who have been classified within the autism spectrum to help transition them to adulthood. You can find more on jcfautismsupport.org. That's the Anthony Family Foundation for Autism Support. Corner comes in. Powder on the edge. Just taps it into Wyant. And Hammers are forced to build again from the back.
Last couple of games haven't been used to seeing Powder in that position right now.
He started off defensively, and earlier games some really good attacks, which resulted in goals. What the Hammers coaches have seemed to have done over the last few games is also swap him left to right side of the field, change things up a little bit. We'll see if that happens in this game. Again, Wine, not the cleanest of possessions, but he was first to the ball this time.
This is Quist. Nice job by Ramos getting back. It's going to give FA Euro its first corner of the night. And that'll be Joel Quist taking it for FA Euro New York.
Owen and his head getting the ball out, taking the pressure off the Hammers. Ball up there to Zalonka. Holding the ball, looking for support. Through to Powder. But picked up by Wolfinger.
Makaj putting on the pressure there on Brusaka. Finally finds the relief valve back to his goalie. Ball went out.
Talking about balls, just thank our ball boys. We have two representatives here this evening, Two Bar Football Academy out of Wallkill, New York, and East Hudson Academy Select. So thank you to both of them. Two Bar Football Academy and the East Hudson Academy Select, who are our ball boys this evening. FA Euro just can't be keeping possession, and the Hammers seem to be quite happy to let that continue. Just probing on the outskirts side of the 18-yard box. Shulman picks it up, but it's a bit of a sloppy ball there out. And goes straight back to FA Euro New York. Shulman back with the ball. Throw into the Hammers.
Hammers screaming for a handball there. But FA Euro's going to retain control.
Shulman first to the ball. Oh, Powder's available. And the ball goes through to him. Can he take advantage of it? He picks
Gonna
up
have
on
an
the outside.
opportunity.
Definitely has the skill. And off the post.
I think it actually went off the hand of the keeper and deflected almost in.
I wish we had slow motion play.
Yes.
The best opportunity so far for the Hammers.
In baseball, they call that exit velocity on that shot.
Owen working hard there, ball goes out. Thrown to the Hammers.
One major difference between this evening and on Wednesday, we see Powder definitely taking a more offensive role than he did in the game on Wednesday. He didn't need to on Wednesday because there were a lot of other players scoring, but
it's been a joy watching him play. So again, the hope is that this isn't the last game of the season for the USL 2 boys. The USL Academy team still have a few games left. Next game is next Sunday. They have a game out of New Jersey against FC Copa. Kickoff is at 5 p.m. Lukovic has the ball taken from him just inside the 18-yard box. Score still 1-0 over at the Vermont Green FC game. That's in the 57th minute. So just over half an hour to play in that game again. Hammers need to have a better result than Vermont Green.
That cross that time by Garrett was just a little bit too high for Zelanka in the box, but Powder comes away with it.
Just a little bit too high. Shulman with a shot, but here's the side netting.
As each minute's progressed, we've seen the Hammers have a couple more and more opportunities deep in the FA Euro New York box. Just barely missing out on the goal by Powder, and a couple of crosses there that just were slightly off the mark.
We're calling it for the Hammers. Again, I want to mention a couple more sponsors, including the Alexis Diner, which I have to say I've been a frequent patron of over the years. Just off the 84, this side of the river. It may come as a surprise, but I'm not originally from the US. And one of the things I like
I was going to say, I've been around for all my 56 years here in the Hudson Valley, and that diner's been a staple all those 56 years.
I love diners.
Got a little bit of a Boston accent.
Yeah, it's east of Boston, really.
I was going to say, what part of Boston? East Boston.
Yeah, if you walk there, you'd get wet socks. Nothing finer than a diner. I'm actually excited to go back to the motherland in a couple of weeks. See my mighty Tottenham Hotspur play their first two games of the season. Hopefully they won't follow the tradition of my lifetime and be very disappointing.
Oh.
Stopping at Leeds.
Well, it's nice. It's nice nowadays that we're getting a little bit closer to normal, back to traveling back and forth.
Yeah. Is it so? There's. I mean, I shouldn't maybe mention a company that don't sponsor the Hammers, but there's Play Airlines out of Stewart that do very cost-effective flights to Stansted, which is my home county of Essex. You just have to connect through Reykjavik. Oh, if you want to go to Iceland, this is your opportunity. But hopefully that'll give a lot of people in the region an opportunity to see a few more games. And as you say, go and see Leeds as well. I was watching the highlights today of their pre-season warm-up game against Aston Villa. Tyler Adams obviously now playing in the Premier League for Leeds United. He gave away a penalty, tough call, but fantastic save there from the Leeds United goalkeeper twice. So it prevented Aston Villa from scoring in what ultimately was a 1-0 win to Villa. Again, just a pre-season game.
And what's great now is that here in the U.S., some of the major networks are now carrying the leagues in Europe.
I'm excited to see Gareth Bale, who's now part of LA Galaxy. He's a phenomenal athlete, so it'll be interesting to see what he does once he starts playing. So we're past the halfway mark of the first half. Still the Hudson Valley Hammers 0, FA Euro New York 0. Hammers have had the better chances this so far. As we look and hope towards a playoff spot, we'll continue to give you updates on the Vermont Green result. going to switch. She does, but just a little bit too hard there. Ball goes
It's a
out.
little unfortunate that the tiebreaker is goal differentials for two teams that don't play in the same conference against different types of quality of competition. You would have hoped that since it's only one game, maybe the two of them could have played head-to-head one game to determine who advanced.
That's a great idea. Because we believe the Hammers would win that.
Yeah. Though I got to say, you got to give Vermont some credit because they're playing the second-seeded team or the second-seeded West Mass Pioneers, who have to win that game to try to win their own conference. So they're definitely getting, and it's only 1-0 you mentioned, so there's still some time left.
The Hammers will look back, I think, on the season favourably, but there are certainly games where they may have got a better result if they played slightly differently. Ball's bouncing around the 18-yard box there. And if that was US football, I think that's 3 points.
Yes, that would have been.
worth.
Actually, it might have been wide right, so so he might have missed that one. But definitely the Hammers. You were talking about Steve, them getting their feet wet and stuff. In your inaugural season, you kind of enter it a little bit gingerly, but they've won 4 in a row now.
Yep.
I think they lost 2 of their first 3 and have come back storming for their 8-4 record right now. So they've definitely a team that's trending upward. And as you mentioned, they've had the better of the play here in the first half.
Ramos. Now to Wyant. Well, goes wide for Powder, but that's going to be too long.
Hammers will want to try to put one in the back of the net here sometime soon. And as this game progresses more and more, the pressure at a 0-0 game, the pressure definitely goes over towards the Hammers.
Yeah, that's when it starts to get interesting. That's when you see in the professional game, mistakes get made as they push and stretch. Ball wide to Powder. Hammers on the counter. Schulman trying to get into position on the far side. Back to Wyant.
Nice shot by Lukovic. Just missed it.
The opportunities are there. If they keep playing this way, one of them will go their way, hopefully, as we approach the half-an-hour mark. Hudson Valley Hammers 0. FA Euro New York 0.
That was a strong left foot there by Lukovic.
So update from the Vermont Green FC game in the 64th minute. Still 1-0 to Vermont Green. Schulman on the left wing, looking for the option.
Square.
Great through ball to Guerrero, cuts it across but picked up easily by the goalkeeper. No flag from the linesman there, so that ball was onside. Schulman working to keep FA Euro in their half. Long ball forward. Forward there to Zalonga. Crosses the ball, but overhits it. Guerra there to pick up. Guerra kicked off the field there, but the referee's called in none of it. Seems that the referees are of the opinion that the Hammers are looking for a foul. Carsley taking a kick. And back to Wilson.
There's a turnover there.
Wine. And there's a goal.
The turnover cost him. Amadej came back with it and then found number 10, Ivan Tupuskovic, for his third goal of the year for FA Euro New York.
It's on the 30th minute. Certainly against the run of play, I think it's fair to say. There's a lot of games still left to play.
Tough when you've had the better of the play for most of the first half and just one turnover costs you.
Yeah, Wilson will be frustrated there.
Score for FA Euro in the 31st minute.
So Ivan Tupuskovic.
Guys looking to nick that one.
The goal in the 31st minute by FA Euros number 10, Ivan Tupuskovic.
Hammers should be okay if they keep the same pressure they've had so far here in the first half. Sooner or later they'll find the back of the net.
They certainly have the capability of getting themselves back into this game, even with the remaining time left on the clock. Referee calling that against the Hammers. I didn't see what that was for.
I
Did you
think
see?
he might have called a handball.
Okay. Went up for the ball there. But it's FA Euro that keep possession. Cross to the far side, but just a little bit too hard there. Ball goes out for a goal kick. Thanks again to our other sponsors, Nike Soccer, Uncommon Threads, and VO.co, helping us with some of our camera services this evening. Vukovic on the ball.
A lot of air that time on that kick into the box by the Hammers, and keeper will have a kick here for FA Euro New York, who lead it 1-0 here in the 35th minute of the first half. Hammers having the better of the play so far, but a turnover off their right side of the box led to a goal off the feed from Dion Amadej to Ivan Tupuskovic to give Euro the lead.
Powder on the wing there. Great cross. Very close. Don't know whether that's a shot or a cross. It goes in the back of the goal. It's
Yeah.
definitely a shot.
Lukovic was just 2 steps behind. Looks like the quick corner. They inbounded it right away. Trying to catch FA Euro off guard. Boy, that looked like a push from behind. And that's leading now to a 2-on-1 break.
Matty Wine.
Nice save that time on Dion Armitage, who's the leading scorer for FA Euro.
Shulman wide. Through to Guerra. Great turn. Great cut. Backhand.
Great
There's the
move.
equaliser. Making it look easy. Hudson Valley Hammers scoring to equalise the game on the 35th minute. Beautiful individual goal there from number 9 Guerra. A bit of MC Hammer, can't touch this.
Yeah,
Seems
and
appropriate.
he couldn't on that play. He dribbled around that defender, and that was what made the play for him. It wasn't even the shot. It was the move he made before the shot that got him there. He's had a good first half.
He has. Vermont Green FC still winning 1-0 in the 72nd minute of their game. So 18 minutes of regular time to be played there, plus whatever time the referee decides will be added. Let's go Western Mass. Hammer's called in for a handball. Referee opted in for the throw-in, which will be taken by Powder.
It's good for the Hammers to respond real quick on that first goal by FA Euro New York, because they've definitely had the better of the play, so they needed to get the equalizer.
Hammer's closing. Euro down quickly there. Shulman again with the ball. Plays it back to Ramos. He's going to use Jacob Owen. Macaj. To the goal scorer. The Hammers just keeping possession. Lukovic to Macaj. Powder available on the wing. Powder receives the ball. Up there.
Nice
Guerra on the ball again.
He's got it.
And he gets his second.
Nice job by
minute.
Zalanka.
That was absolutely a great assist. You're right. Hudson Valley Hammers 2. FA Euro. New York 1 on the 38th minute. 2 goals in 2 minutes for the Hammers number 9.
Zalanka did a nice job threading the needle at the top of the box and finding Guerra on the left wing. And he puts it behind the net for his second goal here in the first half. Now things look appropriate on the scoreboard.
We did say that they could bring it back, so we're a little bit happier. And with that, I quickly checked the Vermont Green FC Twitter feed.
Yeah, we should put on their Twitter feed, we just scored. Got to add some pressure to that Vermont team.
We do. Although with such a short amount of time left, the chances of the Hammers getting the result they want lessen.
Good thing is all they need one. A tie helps.
Absolutely. Ball coming over. Good header there from Owen. Euro still with the ball. Shulman plays the ball wide. Make himself available on the run. And pass to nobody.
Little miscommunication there between Guerra and Zalanka. Hammers seem to have found a weakness on that left wing side of the defense for FA Euro New York.
th minute update from Vermont Green. Still 1-0. 2,500 fans at that game apparently.
Wow.
Pretty impressive.
Well, other than enjoying a lake somewhere, not much to do in Vermont, but watch the Vermont Green.
They must have something to aspire to as far as fan base is concerned. Their update does explain that they've got 11 men behind the ball, so it sounds like, without us watching it, that Western Mass are putting them under pressure. Goes wide again to Shulman on the left.
Definitely would think in the last 13 minutes, Vermont's doing nothing but playing defense for sure.
I'm sure those 2,500 so-called 12th men are cheering them along heartedly.
I'm sure if there's some Vermont fans listening to our feed that my last comment will probably elicit some Twitter responses. But my son did go to school in Vermont, so I love the place.
Long ball. Cleaned up by Rojek.
I don't know if I've told you, this is your first time working with Ed, but I've done quite a lot of streams with him.
Oh, I didn't know that.
And he likes to make it known. He's been a little shy today, but he is a Syracuse graduate.
So my daughter just graduated from UAlbany.
So next time, Ed can't make fun of me for bringing it up because he brought it up this time.
Just approaching the last 90 seconds of regular time in this first half. Hudson Valley Hammers with the 2-1 lead, courtesy of 2 goals within 2 minutes from number 9 Guerra. Ball goes out there, thrown to the Hammers. FA Euro New York looking for an opportunity as we approach the end of the first half. Other than their 1 goal, which is as a result of a misplaced pass out from the Hammers goalkeeper, they really haven't had many opportunities.
No. They've had 1 corner this whole first half. And that shot by Armitage, who, as I mentioned earlier, is their leading goal scorer. He's the one that came up with the turnover on the first and only goal for FA Euro New York. Stealing the ball along the left wing and then finding number 10, Ivan Tapuskovic, coming in from the right wing side for the score. But the Hammers have done a nice job responding back with two of their own.
They're battling for the ball there. 1 minute of extra time at the end of the first half. And if a Euro build from the back again. Ball comes over to Quist. Picked out of the air quite easily by Wilson. Referee checks his watch. And there's the whistle for the end of the first half. Hudson Valley Hammers 2. FA Euro New York 1. FA Euro taking the initial lead on the 31st minute. Number 10. Tapaskovic. I hope I did that credit. Followed almost immediately thereafter. 2 goals from number 9. We'll see you shortly.
So as we start the second half here with the Hammers leading FA Euro New York by a score of 2-1. We now have FA Euro New York in the dark blue uniforms, yellow numbers moving from right to left, and your Hammers moving from left to right in the light blue shirts and dark blue shorts. Ramirez in the box turns it over for FA Euro. Who have as much pressure here in early going of the second half as they did in most of the first half. The goal by FA Euro that gave them the early 1-0 lead was by Ivan Tepuskovic, number 10. But the Hammers answered quickly. That was in the 31st minute. And 5 minutes later, Hugo Guerra, with some nice dribbling in the left wing box, got around his defender and put it in the back of the net to tie it up. And then off of a nice feed from Zelanka in the box, put it home again a few minutes later to give the Hammers a 2-1 lead.
It looks like the Hammers made 2 substitutions at the half. Number 11, Augie, coming on alongside number 31, Jorge Umana. And that's in place of Nick Zelonka and Paul Macaj.
Powder just missed on a nice shot there. Tried to, instead of settling for the right foot, dribbled over to his left foot and just put it over the crossbar.
So again, we're keeping an eye on the Vermont Green FC score. Based upon what we see on Twitter, it would seem that Vermont Green have won their game 1-0 against Western Mass, which is not the result the Hammers want. The tweet is open to interpretation, so we're hoping that they're going to correct that shortly, and we'll confirm it one way or the other, but it does seem that Vermont Green have made the playoffs at the cost of the Hammers. Vermont Green with a pretty impressive 8-0 win over one of the other teams in our region, Pathfinder. On ball forward there from Rojek, easily cleaned up
Trying to
by
find
FC Euro's keeper.
Try to find Jerdaj in the box. Little miscommunication.
A braver man than I. Trying to pronounce his last name. I said a few
That's
games
what
ago.
I've been told, but I'm all in.
I just called him Augie. One name like Madonna and Cher.
Nice job on the deflection that time as Armitage tried to get a shot off for FA Euro on the right wing.
Ball there, great opportunity for Euro
Armitage,
to equalise.
Armitage again, he's had a couple opportunities here in the second half. The FA Euro coming out with a little bit more aggressiveness here on the offensive zone. And they're off and running again. Looked like he was waiting. He thought Ramirez on the left side was coming down towards the box, but Ramirez was staying back, so turned the ball over back to the Hammers. Lights just starting to take effect here at Mount St. Mary College. Once again, you're watching Hudson Valley Hammer Soccer from the beautiful Hudson Valley region of New York State in Newburgh, New York at Mount St. Mary College, the home of the Hammers, who entered this afternoon. Steve's about to give us some bad news.
I am. So I can confirm Vermont Green FC did win their game 1-0. So congratulations should go out to Vermont Green FC. Well done on making the playoffs. Another opportunity for the Hudson Valley Hammers next year. Again, can't be too disappointed.
And as you mentioned, they got a lot of fan support, 2,500 people packed stands up in Vermont in their game against Western Mass. In a tough game because Western Mass was fighting for the division conference title as well. So both those teams will move on into the playoffs. But the Hammers have an opportunity to finish the season with 5 straight wins. Beautiful shot by Schulman that time.
Great stuff, yeah. So I just want a quick shout out to Matt Lawrence, who's been our DJ and announcer and PA at the games. He doesn't have an accent as cool as mine, but he's done a pretty good job. Would you agree, Ed?
Absolutely. Matt's a long-time public address and also play-by-play guy in the Hudson Valley area.
And a goal there for Euro, which managed to squeeze in the far corner of the goal, just out around Matty Wyatt's outstretched leg. As you say, they've come out this second half a little bit different as a team.
Yeah, and I think that goal, unofficially, we're going to give it to Jason Ramirez, number 16, who's been getting all the high fives.
In the 52nd minute, number 16, Jason Ramirez.
And that's, you hear our PA guy, Mr. Lawrence, in the background, confirming that it was number 16, Jason Ramirez, tying it up here and getting the equalizer for FA Euro New York.
Powder in the corner and fouled.
Unlike the first half where the Hammers had most of the action on their offensive side, in this second half it's been FA Euro New York. You kind of hope that maybe the Hammers didn't hear what the score was at halftime of that Vermont game.
Well, I would ordinarily say they've got pride to play for, but irrespective of that,
absolutely,
they should
you're
be
looking
proud.
for a 5-game winning streak here to end the season, which is nothing to be ashamed about.
They've done well this year.
Hammers looking to do the same thing they did in the first half, and that's answer an FA Euro goal with one of their own.
And a great shot on target there.
That time a nice stop by Ben Wolfinger for FA Euro New York in the corner now here on the near side for the Hammers.
It's Guerrero that's taking that. Goes in low and hard.
Gonna get another
Ball
one.
cleared again for another corner kick. Just taken quickly. Lukovic provided himself and crossing the ball over. And a header there by Jacob Owen, but easily picked out by FA Euro's goalkeeper, Wolfinger. FA Euro on the counter, but again cleaned up by Owen at the back. Wind picking up a little bit here at Mount St Mary College. Not enough to impact the game at all. Certainly makes it a little bit cooler. FA Euro during a period of possession.
Calling that a corner. Must have been a tip off of the shot by Armitage, and Ramirez is going to take the corner on the near side for FA Euro.
Matty White clears out of the back. He goes out for throw-in to FA Euro.
Take this opportunity while thanking our public address announcer, also thanking our producer, Mr. Ed Diller, and George Diller on the camera.
Bringing the glamour to the game.
There you go, the sights and sounds.
Shot coming in, bouncing off of Jacob Owen. And Hammer's struggling to get the ball out from their 18-yard box right now. And you can't say you're surprised to see that third go in. That third goal's gone in now for FA Euro, giving them a 3-2 lead on the 56th minute, only 4 minutes after the last one.
Federico Brusacca with the goal in the 57th minute.
Goal in the 57th minute by number 5, Vladimir Lee.
So what do the Hammers got? As you say, they probably know that the playoff position isn't available. Let's hope we see some pride in their play. We need to pick things up a little bit, because they certainly haven't started the second half the way they finished the first. Hopeful ball forward there.
A stark difference in halves so far here.
Very much so. Again, excellent clean-up work there by Jacob Owen. He initially kicked the ball straight back out to FA Euro, but the Hammers retain possession. They build through the back with Matty Wyant. He passes to Augie. Powder looking for the ball wide. Shulman on the ball. Apologies. I think that's number 4, Zolonka. Definitely need to use those binoculars.
Absolutely. You can use them.
I have to tell you, my eyesight is as good as it used to be, but that wouldn't be the truth.
I tried to fight it for many years. I gave up. Binocular is always good, especially as Mr. Diller would know, when you're working games in Middletown, you're way up. So.
Or in Glens Falls.
Or in Glens Falls, yep.
I have an eye doctor appointment Friday.
Again, thank you to our sponsors, Yvonne Sis, yvonnesis.com, Media Solstice, and mediasolstice.com. And the Anthony Family Foundation for Autism Support at jcfautismsupport.org. And there is number 4. Almost
Dion Armitage, and that was all him. He took the ball probably from about 35 yards from the goalkeeper and just dribbled into the box.
Goal in the 60th minute by number 19, Dion Armitage.
If I didn't know better, I would think the Hammers knew coming into this second half that their season was at an end. It's almost like a completely different team that have come out this second half. With all due respect to FA Euro, the Hammers deservedly took the lead into the end of the first half.
Correct. A lot of hands on the hips for the team in blue right
Yeah,
now.
very indicative. That non-verbal communication, right? Still plenty to play for. There's still a good half an hour.
They scored 2 goals quickly in the first half. We'll see if they can do the same here in the second and try to knot this game back up.
Powder with the ball. He's
Nice job by
offside there.
Lukovic, yeah, offsides.
Fans not appreciative of it, but that offside took place before that last pass. It was a valid call by the linesman there.
It's like the deflection caused the offsides.
Powder manages to keep that ball in.
There's Armitage again, showing the speed he didn't show in the first half. He's definitely shown here in the second half. He's been involved in as an assist in the first goal, and he's scored the 4th goal as we get ready for some substitutions here for the Hammers. Number 24, Sam Johnson, and number 22, Devin Henu, coming in for the Hammers. Coming out of the ball game for Hudson Valley, number 27, Sebastian Rojak. Coach Evans trying to see if he can spark the team a little bit here in the second half. As the Hammers have seen a 1-goal halftime lead turn into a 2-goal deficit here in the opening 18 minutes of the second half.
FA Euro not satisfied with their 2 second half goals. Continue to push.
Ramirez with a 360 move to get open in the box and puts it in the back of the net. What a move by Ramirez.
There is that extra goal.
That's his second.
That's in the net, number 16, Jason Ramirez.
He scored in the 52nd minute, and 12 minutes later puts another one home. And they've really made it tough now on the Hammers with a 5-2 lead here.
I doubt there's anything coming back from this. It would be pretty remarkable if they did.
Yeah,
But as you can say,
we
the body
talked about the body language.
Body
Yep.
language is telling us everything that's going on mentally with these players. That other substitution, by the way, it was actually Ramos that came off. Hammers have been completely outplayed in the second half in every aspect of the game. Foul called against Powder there, hand to the face.
Little back and
I
forth
say that.
between
It looks,
Powder and Ramirez there.
it's actually been called in favour of the Hammers.
Yes.
Certainly from where I'm standing, that looked like there was a hand to the face
And
by Powder.
And Ramirez was holding his nose as if he had drawn a little bit of blood, but
Yeah.
They were talking a little bit after that goal, Ramirez and Powder, as they were lining up for the continuation of play.
Ball in there from Jacob Owen.
At 5-2, you got to start making sure the game doesn't get a bit chippy.
Yeah, I mean, there's still a lot to play for. There's still 25 minutes of regular time, plus, again, any extra time that the officials decide they're going to add. 7 goals so far. We're averaging a goal every 10 minutes. The Hammers have to make sure that they are the next team to score before it gets embarrassing. Again, great season. Let's not end it on too bad a note.
We'll have a injured player for FA Euro New York is number 7, Jure Fadash. That's getting tended to by the trainer. So we'll give you a score recap while they're tending to the what looks like a left calf cramp. Ivan Tuposkovic started it off for FA Euro in the first half in the 31st minute, giving them a 1-0 lead. But the Hammers responded back with 2 quick goals in the 36th minute and the 39th minute, both by Hugo Guerra, to take a halftime lead at 2-1. But it's been all FA Euro New York in the second half, with Ramirez, Jason Ramirez, number 16, scoring both in the 52nd minute and the 64th minute, and sandwiched in between were goals by number 6, Federico Badash, Dion Armitage, also scoring in the 60th minute, and we have a 5-2 game here for FA Euro New York.
If the score stays this way, the Hammers still finish in third. Ball wide to Powder. Gets it across. But defended out by Euro for a corner kick.
That'll be Guerra taking the corner, I believe, in the corner.
Yes.
And they get one back.
Hammer goal in the 68th minute.
Looked to be number 25, Jacob Owen, I believe.
I was talking about he's in a Gary Lineker a couple of games ago. Nice to see Augie pick that ball up and take it back to the centre as quickly as possible.
Yeah, I believe that was Jacob Owen, number 25, who put it in the back of the net.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. So still over 20 minutes of regular time to play.
Scoring for the Hammers in the 68th minute, number 25, Jacob Owen.
Hudson Valley Hammers currently behind by 2 goals. See if they can do anything with it. FA Euro are certainly not going to make that easy for them.
Definitely nice to see the Hammers, though, respond. You said next goal had to be by the Hammers.
And tempo's picked up, which is good. They've got pride to play for now.
Little miscommunication there.
All right, guys, I'm going to give away T-shirts. I need to know my youth soccer players. I'm going to give away a T-shirt. I need to know who scored the first 3 goals for the Hammers.
Little miscommunication there between Umana, who's back in the game. He had a couple of goals on Wednesday. Didn't start today.
Augie battling for the ball there. But out for a Euro New York throw-in. Soccer aside, I've enjoyed one thing this season quite a lot, which is the view from Mount St Mary College of Newburgh Beacon Bridge in the Hudson Valley region. Certainly a nice backdrop.
Ramirez has been dangerous here on the left wing this whole second half. Straight on shot that time by Fadash. Pretty easy save there for the Hammers Wilson. And you're right, Steve, this is a gorgeous location. Mount St. Mary College, a beautiful location here in Newburgh, New York.
We've had the privilege of working with some of the staff from the college, and they've been enormously helpful. Great group of people. So no signs from FA Euro that they're trying to slow the game down. I mean,
Yeah.
with 20 minutes to go,
They're not really sitting back playing defense with a 2-goal lead, which you would hope, you know, as long as they can keep them off the board, will give the Hammers a couple of opportunities on the offensive side.
sloppy throw in there from FA
And
Euro.
we'll see on the counter whether that works now, not playing back. Well, they get it back. Nice job by Lukovic getting it back to Powder. That time, Samori Powder marked by 2 defenders that time who did a nice job, and ball goes over to the keeper for FA Euro.
Thank you again to our ball boys this evening from Tow Bar Football Academy out of Wallkill, New York, and the East Hudson Academy Select. Once again, as we look to next season, please make sure to keep checking our website at hvhammers.com and our social media channels, Twitter at hvhammers, Instagram hvhammers, and of course facebook.com/hvhammers. We'll be looking for sponsors, and if you represent a local soccer team in or around the Hudson Valley region, please reach out if you're interested in camps or just participating in any of our game day events. Sam Johnson calm on the ball there, plays to wide in the middle of the park. Devon Hunu plays it out wide.
Be good if the Hammers can try to put one on the board here in the next 5 to 10 minutes to give themselves a shot here at the end.
So only give us a game.
They're going to get a corner kick here. Guerra this time taking the corner from the far side.
Over the back, but cut out defensively by Euro. Hammer still searching around the edge of the 18-yard box. Augie on the ball. Great cut back there. He gets the ball across.
Some pressure here by the Hammers.
Back heel there, trying to be creative by the Hammers number 4, but it's picked up by FA Euro, and the Hammers are now having to get back. Although FA Euro slowed down their attack. Johnson there, some great defensive play.
We've seen 4 goals, 2 by each team along this left wing side of the field, the left side of the field. Guerra's 2 goals by the Hammers and Ramirez's 2 goals by FA Euro, and that's exactly where Ramirez is right now.
We're not happy just on the other side of the field there, asking for the ref to take action, stating that his shirt's being pulled. 15 minutes left of regular time. Great defensive play there by Wine. He's not giving up and he wins the throw-in. And Hammers won't be able to take that as Euro make another substitution. Number 15, Kento Tanai, going in. We'll switch to the far side, but that's going to go out.
Nice job by Jason Ramirez, number 16, who came out of the ball game for FA Euro. He leaves with 2 goals here in the second half. And he really gave some energy to that FA Euro squad.
So as the Hammers finish out their season, another shout out just for the Academy boys. They still have several games left of their inaugural season. Next game is against FC Copa down in Jersey. Kickoffs at 5 p.m. next Sunday. You can follow the scores for the boys' games again through social media and on the website, or on the USL website itself.
Rodrigo Guerra getting ready to check in for the Hammers, as well as Justin Rodriguez as well.
Both offensive players. So tactical change there, it would seem, depending upon who they get taken off. Augie on the ball. Well, that's going to go out for a goal kick.
And that sailed a bit with the wind at his back. All of a sudden that came up.
And here's the substitutions. Looks like Matty Wine's coming out. Pretty impressive shift put in by that young man.
He had a nice match the other night too, on Wednesday against Morris FC.
As I mentioned earlier, him and his brother, similar positions, similar players. They both work very, very hard. It's a joy to watch them play.
And a really nice ball game, especially in the first half by Hugo Guerra coming out.
Both players getting high fives and pats on the back by all of the coaches from the Hudson Valley Hammers. Again, they put a shift in. Bit of a hopeful shot there.
Hugo Guerra with 2 of the Hammers' 3 goals.
Once again, a big thank you to our 2022 sponsors, Media Sources,
And a little bit hard there from Augie.
Above and Beyond Construction, New Multimedia, the Anthony Family Foundation for Autism.
I think we're watching a wrestling match here. The new players bringing in that little bit of energy. FA Euro having to tackle them to the ground to make sure that they stop them in their place. And the referee retroactively going back and awarding a yellow card for that foul.
To number 10 for FA Euro.
Ivan Tupuskovic with the yellow for FA Euro. Rodrigo Guerra with the corner.
It's interesting, since the Hammers scored their 3rd goal, they've definitely picked their game up. They're not going to let this game finish with this score if they can avoid it.
And all 10 players on the offensive side of the field for the Hammers.
Great touch there from Powder. Ball comes over. Picked up by FA Euros goalkeeper.
That was a nice crossover there by Powder, who hasn't been as much on the offensive side in this second half as he was in the first half. We saw him make a lot of streaks towards the box in the first half. He hasn't done one yet here in the second half. He's remained outside.
And 8 minutes left of regular time. Powder taking a bit of a chance there, but goalkeeper not really tested. Pretty far wide of the goal.
Head coach Marco Balsamo for FA Euro yelling at his team. Wasn't particularly happy with that scheme on the defensive side. Nice job that time by Jacob Owen getting around.
Very comfortable on
Armitage.
the ball. He's had a good game. And it would seem the time wasting, as one might expect from FA Euro's beginning. That was a very hopeful hit towards Ryan in goal.
That's what makes soccer so difficult. You can do so well, get through 5 people, and then there's still 6, 7, and 8 to get through.
The referee just halting that throw in for another substitution.
It's number 13 coming in for FA Euro, Lorenzo Cellini. Coming in for the big goal scorer for FA Euro, who's got one this evening. That's number 19, Dion Armitage. He assisted on 1 goal and scored on another. Nice job that time by Kento Tani marking Umana.
Augie with the ball across the goal. But the Hammers just not able to put that across the
Yeah,
goal line.
Guerra could not get a strong foot on it.
And positioning was great. Just the execution.
He was on his heels when he took the shot.
So as we approach the final 5 minutes of what will be the Hammers' final game of this season, just a reminder that Tyler Adams, who founded this club, will be playing in the Premier League next year for Leeds United. So if you want more soccer, make sure you check out Tyler's games. It'd be great to see how he performs. And of course, there's the World Cup as well, with the USA playing my home nation of England. I hope
Is that the
USA
first game?
I don't know, actually. I don't think they've actually
They haven't
released
come
the
out with
fixtures.
release the
I
schedule yet?
hope the USA does really well, just not against England. There's that one game. So may Tyler
My-
score
my-
many goals.
My guess is there's a lot of Americans who, if we're only going to win one game, that's the one we want to win.
Oh, you know. That's when I got to hand back my American passport and head back.
We have a holiday about that, don't we?
Yeah, we do. Absolutely. It's been 200 some odd years since we beat them last time.
It's been a while. Although there's been a long-standing joke between Coach Eddie Evans and myself about England losing to Iceland several years ago. He has a long memory for certain things.
With British losses being one of them.
Oh, absolutely. Hammers still battling away. Got to give them credit. They're not giving up on this game yet. Some fresh legs out there. I have to say, I don't know, having watched several games this season, that I've seen Jacob Owen beaten very many times, if at all, in the year.
Yeah, in the first half, he wasn't getting beat on anything.
FA Euro with absolutely everybody behind the ball. It's going to be hard for the Hammers to break them down and get one goal, let alone two. But they've got a corner as we hit the 87th minute.
And this is a big corner for the Hammers if they want to put some pressure in.
If this goes in, we're going to have a fun few minutes.
Guerra off the
A
corner.
little bit high there. Augie gets his head to it, but no power there, and very easy for Orfinger in goal for FA Euro just to pick that ball up. Powder tracking back. Great to see the effort at this late stage of the game.
Trying to find Joel Quist on the other side for FA Euro.
Hanu just managing to cut that ball out. To say Augie's covered a lot of the pitch this evening.
Just off the mark, trying to find Lukovic.
Tired legs being seen by some of these players that have been out there almost the full 90 minutes.
Got to give credit to FA Euro coming out at halftime and really attacking the Hammers. And a little bit of maybe the Hammers thinking that, you know, you think they weren't going to come in off of halftime coasting in the game, but I don't think they expected FA Euro New York to come out as strong as they did out of halftime. And you can tell in the first 2 minutes.
Very much so. It was a different game right from the kickoff. Augie playing the ball wide there to number 24, Sam Johnson. Ball eventually reaches Powder, who tries to put the ball in. Just manages to hit the back of number 18, Tsukeki. Last 60 seconds of regular time. And it's looking very likely that the winning streak is at an end for the Hammers after what was absolutely a successful season.
If the score remains the same, the Hammers will go down to 8-5. And what was their?
They would still be in
8-5
third. There's no one below them that will change the order of the table.
They'd go to 8-5-1 on the season, an inaugural season, a great one for the Hammers by any standard.
Yeah, they should be proud. They're going to be sad, I'm sure, having lost this final game. But you've got to look at it being a marathon and not a sprint. This is season one. Lots of soccer to play in the future. So we're now at the end of regular time. It's just a case of how many minutes the officials add on. Congratulations again to Vermont Green FC for making the playoffs.
Absolutely.
As they say, the table doesn't lie. If they're there because they deserve it. And the Hammers will start afresh next season.
Impressive to put 2,500 people in the stands too,
That is
so they
pretty
have a lot of
impressive.
support.
So imagine the atmosphere there was pretty amazing.
Extra time is 4 minutes. 4 minutes extra.
So I'm not sure if you heard the announcer in the stadium here. 4 minutes of extra time. We've easily had a minute or two of that. So referee will be checking his watch.
I want to thank you, Steve, for letting me help you out here this evening.
It's been fun.
Yeah.
Definitely better
For
to
the
have-
first time working together, I think we did pretty well.
I think we did. I don't think Bob Costas has got anything to worry about.
No. But if anybody needs any help with the World Cup, just give us a shout, right?
Absolutely. NBC,
We'll
we're
head
here.
on. We'll get our passports updated for Dubai.
Powder on the ball. Last few minutes of the game. Again, as we round things out, thank you again to all of our sponsors. We've tried to do our best to mention their names as often as possible without getting in the way of the commentary and the game that we're all here to watch. Referee checking his watch again. And of course, make sure to check us out at Hudson Valley Hammers website, social media accounts, and keep an eye on see how Tyler does at Leeds United and in the FA Cup. Not FA Cup, the World Cup. One last shot there, I think.
We'll look
Referee
to
checking.
add to the fan base this off season, and hope to see many of you out there in person here.
We now know we can aim for 2,500.
Somebody's got to start somewhere, right?
Absolutely. Bring your neighbours, bring your pets. A bit of pressure here for the Hammers at the end. Also manages to clear that. And the referee calls for offside. And the coaches for FA Euro share with their team there's only 30 seconds left to play. Foul there in the middle of the park against FA Euro. And this is probably the last opportunity for the Hammers to get one more goal.
That's going to be a late yellow.
Going against number 7, Fedash. Gets a pat on the back from Augie. Nothing personal there.
Sam Johnson will get one more opportunity here as the official's looking at his clock.
Card issued to number 7. Your introduction.
This is likely the last opportunity.
And that's cleared. Referee still keeping things playing.